The knowledge of European Union institutions of young people under 30 is rather uneven across the European Union. An EP youth survey found that in some countries, for instance Croatia, only 25% of the respondents thought to understand a great deal or a fair amount about the European Union. In other countries, such as the Netherlands or Belgium, this increases to roughly 32%, while in Portugal, 63% claim to have fair knowledge. Also, there are differences in male-female responses. The former more confident in their knowledge. A majority of respondents thought not to have influence over important decisions, laws, policies that affect the European Union as a whole. Beyond factual knowledge about European integration as such, it remains unclear how European core values, policy objectives about inclusion, recognition of cultural diversity, minority rights, tolerance, respect for the rule of law, how these are actually promoted through European policies. While there is no European-wide curriculum embedded in national curricula and institutions, the Erasmus Plus program is clearly relevant here. A robust form of European citizenship education would need to go beyond a type of banal cosmopolitanism that consists in rather general, superficial intercultural exchange about, for instance, culturally diverse food, drinks, typical habits, musical taste. The expectation that learning mobility per se leads participants to develop a more profound European identity and to acquire different values and attitudes related to the European project, indeed tolerance, intercultural capacities, pro-integration attitudes, has only been partially proved by systematic research. Moreover, the idea of a post-national identity that relativizes national identities needs to be confronted with the re-emergence of nationalisms all over Europe, as well as with a form of European nationalism itself, which has become more visible in recent years. This European nationalism is, for instance, expressed in a milder form in the idea of a European way of life. But it becomes much more tangible and problematic in the way European institutions, as well as member states, deal with migration, frequently violating the very values that are supposed to be European, including the core idea of human dignity and human rights. European citizenship education would hence need to take European values of democracy, of human dignity, minority rights seriously, and to provide a European framework for education that helps students to develop civic, political and democratic skills, that takes stock of the great political and other complexities that European integration entails, and that enhances both people's critical as well as their constructive, creative capacity. Thus, citizenship education needs to expand factual knowledge, but it also needs to develop skills in terms of learning to participate, dealing with ambiguity, change, conflict, debating sensitive matters in public, engaging somehow with these myths and taboos of European integration, such as those discussed before, including Europe's colonial past, forms of discrimination in learning mobility, differences between East and West, and discussing dimensions of European integration that do not seem to work. At the same time, this means that European citizenship education ought not to be political, at least not in ideological terms, but rather that it engages in constructing a platform, relationships that allow for open, critically constructive forms of debate that effectively help to deepen the European democratic community, also with regard to outsiders.